Hey everyone, Captain Amazing here, and today we are going to do a GAC review. So this is a pretty massive account, so I will look at their mods. I'll jump into a GAC review from there. So let's jump into it. So the person I'm reviewing today is Revan. They are with the Danish Alpha. They have a huge account, 11.2 million, 6.7 in characters, 4.5 in ships, 28,000 galactic war battles. So, and I think they're right there with me. I'm just a few skill rating away from them. So pretty much par for the course of the type of accounts I'm seeing in Kyber 2. So not too surprising here. So as you can see, they have all the GLs, all Relic 9. Feel free to stick around. I'm not doing an account review. I'm gonna just look at their mods, and then we're gonna go and jump into the GAC review to see why this massive account is sitting in low Kyber 2 when with this, if I had this much GP with this level of power, I think I could definitely be punching. It's not even punching up, but just normal punching in Kyber 1. So let's see what's going on with it. JML, first of all, so I would say this offset. It's like in most times, most characters having the 5th and 6th mod being not the correct matching set is usually fine, except for GLs, because GLs are so stat hungry that every stat matters for them. So I would say that's a mistake. Looking at this, like the protection it's okay. It could be a lot better. The speed is really good though, and then the potency is extremely low. So I would probably change these to like a potency set. And then this, I think I probably know why you did this, is so that you can get that 10% protection. And 29 speed is really good, but you can sacrifice some of this speed and get a potency set here with a protection primary, and then a potency set here with 10% or more protection, and you'll be really singing. I wish, if you do have some mods hanging around that has protection primaries, decent speed, and some potency, I would go ahead and shove that on JML, because he does want potency so that his debuffs stick. Good health, good speed, not bad. So overall, it looks like your mods are good. So I want to see how you're wielding this massive account, because if your mods are good, I'm not a big fan of this. I do like a speed set with SOKR. Overall, like his stats are fine, tons of damage, but I do like a faster SOKR. So I would change this to a speed set. This is kind of like an older way. Like he's R9. I'm sure you can find the mods to make him really sing. I do like this crit damage triangle. So this is what I tell people. Crit damage triangle here. So protection, speed. Yeah, you can. If you have a good protection primary, I would put protection primary here. But otherwise, I love this crit damage with tons of protection. This is good. This is good. Makes him nice and thick. Nice and thick. So with decent damage too, I like the Sword Vader. Overall, good mods. I'm not seeing anything like tons of health here. Okay, speed. I do like tenacity here personally, but you know, to each their own. To each their own. But I would prefer tenacity. Yeah, sure. Why not? It has the right primaries and stuff. So it's a JMK. He'll get the job done. A little low on speed, a little low on health. So I think your C can use a little more loving. So yeah, I would just get him up and running a little better. Maybe if you 6 dot all his mods, he'll be good. And then you have tons of R9s, so yeah, you have good mods, dude. Like good mods overall. No complaints here. No complaints here. So obviously looking at this, it's not a modding problem, because usually I would look at an account this massive and it's like either you're missing ships, but you're not missing ships. Like, you obviously have everything. You have a working Marauder. You farm all your pilotless ships. You didn't farm the TIE Reaper. For shame. For shame. Finish this last one. Even I have a 7-star TIE Reaper. Shame, shame. But other than that, like, one little ship that's pretty insignificant. It's only really matters if you end up splitting the Executrix and the Chimera. So you can make a counter with both of them, for one to counter Executor, and Executrix to counter the Profundity if you split up Empire. And you'll need the TIE Reaper for that, and then you'll need a working Gauntlet Starfighter as well. What is this? What is going on? How can you have the bandwidth, the absolute gall, to be 11.2 million, all the GLs, all the ships, all the things farmed, and you don't have Iden Versio? You don't have Iden Versio. That is bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Get her up to like Relic 5, Relic 7. She's your Leviathan counter. She counters Leviathan. I gotta see your GAC. I gotta see how you're wielding this, because that is crazy. That is crazy. Get this up and running. I wasn't even planning on giving you a review, because usually accounts this massive are just like have everything. But what is this? What is going on here? Get her to R5 immediately. Throw on some 6-dot mods. Get this ship, maybe even R7 in your case, so that you can more reliably counter the Leviathans on offense. But this really interests me. So let's see what's going on. My interest, like, first you had my interest, now you have my attention. So let's jump into this. Let's see what's going on. 5v5. All right, so you got dumpstered by Miravel Marnath. So let's see what this person had. And I just want to compare, see what your opponent's bringing to the table. So 10.6 million, so you're punching down. This person has not all the things, maybe. But you have, like, I don't know, a good amount of GP on them. So let's see what happened here. Let's delve into the depths. Pretty, whatever, Kron. Not the best. Just a basic Doubt Kron. Only R5 on Bush. Is that true? Did I miss that? My dude. My guy. My dude. So R5 7th sister. No Riva? I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this, to tell you the truth. I'm not liking your priorities. You're over here raining R9s. Just R9, 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 R9. And then you can't even get usable relics on Bush Leia. Bush Leia and Chrysanthemum, they are the sword and shield for Jabba. The sword and shield. And do you see how your Jabba just got taken to task? How it just was destroyed here by this? And I'm not saying it's not possible, but you have R5, R5, R5. This is the core. Like, Jabba just hangs in the back, goes, rah, 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 rah. You know, that's what he does. And then, but Bush and Chrysanthemum, you got to get those relics up. You got to get them up. I would say R8, R7s, whatever you can spare. I do like Boba here in fives. I do think Boba's better. Embo is great for TW with his Omicron, but Boba over here, he adds a level of complexity. He can just like delete someone. So I would say Boba instead of Embo here, but come on, dude. Come on. Get some more relics. You're killing me. You're killing me. All right, so you have a Raycron. Do you have... Let's see here. Let's see your judgment. So you have it. So you have a Holdocron, but you choose to use a Raycron. So let's see how that panned out for you. So you did get a hold, right? So, you know, okay. This is a really, and I'll say this, right? I don't like this. I don't like this team. I don't like it a lot. So yeah, you play hide the Ben Solo, right? Like hide the Ben Solo, and then Rey like ramps her mastery and becomes dodgeable. But like, this isn't a good team. Usually you have like a Barris here or a Cal Kestis, and then that like makes the whole team survivable, and you have to decide like, am I going to go into Rey? Oh, now like L3's taunting. Okay, now, or I'm sorry, am I going to go on Cal or Barris? Okay, well L3's taunting and Ben is in stealth, so I have to get to Ben. But I also have to like take Rey down to half and then kill Ben. But you know, L3's over here taunting, and then if I don't kill Barris or Cal, then you know Rey starts getting healed, and then it creates this level of complexity of like, what do I do? How do I deal with it, right? And you even have like a good R9 Rey, but you like JTR here honestly isn't giving that much. She's just like hanging around and is like, maybe at the end I won't die. Maybe I won't. And that's what you're counting on. But you're not like, if you're gonna have Sortie here, if you're gonna have L3 here, and you're gonna go with like this busted legacy Rey that's really old, you gotta put either like Barris or Cal Kestis here. Like I'm sure you have a Seer team, so that's where like Barris would fall in. I'm sure you don't have another use for Barris, so that this is what Barris goes in. JTR just doesn't make the cut here. I hope you're using like Zori with Holdocron or something, but I do think Fincron with Zori, Holdocron with Rey is the superior defense. So, you know, like, and this is a gift. This is a gift. Your opponent just sucked. Just sucked. So they just quit or dropped out or something. I don't know. But yeah, but this isn't a good team. This is not a good team. At least like something BB-8 or something in here will make it better. Stop, like farm stop, put an Omicron on stop, and then put stop as the 5th. This is like literally the weakest version of GG you can throw on defense. Like literally the weakest. And to see it in Kyber 2, definitely not Kyber 1. So I would say this. I've only been into your 3 defenses, right? Like garbage relics, horrible old school comp, like complete garbage, worst variation of Grievous that you can get. Seer is good. This is good. Gets beat by a few things like Treya or Malgus, but not a bad team. I think much better on offense, to be completely honest with you, because it can beat those Rey teams. So I would probably take this on offense. Trenchcron. Okay, I'll give it to you. That's a solid. All right, this is Zalbar. I don't like Zalbar here, but you don't have L3, so yeah, I guess maybe Quill IG here. Quill IG instead of Nest Zalbar would probably be a little better. Got you a hold, so you know. Night Sisters as a defense with Marin, I suppose. Starkiller, I'll say this. I'm not the biggest fan of Starkiller on defense. I really am not. Like, do you see how it just got bodied by a crappy Grievous? Like, not the best. Like, I guess if you have to, but taking this on offense is probably better depending on what you have. We'll see what your offense has. Gas is pretty weak. Like, don't get me wrong, you're like scraping by some banners here, but I think this is what's happening of why your Lord Failure with Maul and Relic 3 on Royal Guard. So if you're going to have Royal Guard in here, Daddy needs to be thick. You need a thick Daddy Royal Guard. And then you have Relic 5, Relic 3, Relic 6, Relic 5. You know, why Relic 9 a Lord Vader if you're not going to like give him, because he gains mastery based on his teammates. Relic levels 2, and like why Relic 9 him if you're going to throw in the, you know, the amateur squad in here. So, you know, something to think about. All right, so Holdocron here. I guess I still would prefer Fincron and then Holdo with Ray, I think. Personally. Why make two teams that are like instead of one team that's really good? All right. Yeah, that's fine. So you can put in Sith Fighter here, or not Sith Fighter, Darth Maul's ship. I do like, it doesn't reinforces at the end. Maybe it'll like cause a little bit of something, but this is fine too. Man, amateur hour. What are you doing here? This is a bronzium defense right here. You're gonna go Executor with the Houndstooth? Come on, buddy. Like, IG, Xanadu Blood, Razor Crest. If you put Executor on defense, you go triple attacker. Go triple attacker or go home. Malevolence. Alright, yeah, I don't hate Malevolence. I will say this, like, I do like Radis on defense. So I do prefer having Radis here. I think if you're going this with Leviathan, Executor, I do think the Radis is probably the best third. Believe it or not, like if you have a fully functional comeuppance and MG 1000, like this team can surprise you. This team does not have a lifter. It's pretty like you're playing like it's like 2020 over here is how you're playing your grand arenas. So, you know, like there's some new things out here. So I would say throw the Radis here. It does mess people up because they have to either go with the mirror, or they maybe a Malevolence or something or something. But all these ships are like, the Radis is, believe it or not, strong against. You have a better Radis than they did. You have like the Radis holds up really well against Malevolence and this version of the Finalizer. So you know, I think if you would have the Radis here, it holds better than the Malevolence. Yeah, the Malevolence is okay and to eke out some banners maybe, but I do think overall the Radis would probably be better, and then you have the Malevolence for offense for either cleanup or who knows, whatever they throw on defense. All right, so you went Ray against your opponent through this crappy Ray too. What is going on? What is going on in the depths of Kyber 1? But all right, like Bane against Leia. Yeah, that's good. Doubt. This was destined to fail, my friend. Malgus beats this. But Dalcron, I know it's a legacy thing, but you know, it goes into, I say this, I'm not here to tell you, I'm not here to give you a fish, right? I'm not here to give you a fish. I'm not like, hey, here's a fish. Eat it. And if I gave you that fish, you would be full for one meal. One day I would feed you. I'm not here for that. I'm not here to feed you for one day. I'm here to teach you to fish so that you can eat every day. So I'll say this. Doubtcron, right? You have to understand mechanics and why it works. So this team works because it gains so much extra turn meter. It has assists. Kanan's gaining 100% turn meter. It's just running this turn meter train. It doesn't work with Doubt. Like, it does not work. And I'm sure you saw 1 minute, right? So if Third Sister doesn't, and it probably doesn't work with this new Third Sister Cron, So I would say probably don't try that either. You're probably going to lose. So, but this is why it works, is because it runs a turn meter train. Doubt stops turn meter trains. So you have to understand mechanics. Read kits, understand mechanics. So again, like you really should understand a little more. So like with Rex, it does take away Gas's ability to assist, or yeah, and to counterattack and everything, because it's not all 501st. But Captain Rex throws Daze out there, and then this team just dies. Like it runs off them countering, them assisting each other, and Daze stops all that. It stops the bonus turn meter. So the team is just dead in the water. So these two were destined to fail 100%. No doubt. No shot, 0% chance either of these counters worked. But you win in, and you're probably like, I always use Phoenix against Third Sister, and I always use CLS against Gas, but you're not really understanding, and I hope you understand why you lost. It's because with Captain Rex, this team counters CLS because of the Daze. Same thing, Phoenix doesn't work against Inquisitors because of the doubt. So kind of similar mechanics of why it doesn't work. So you really do have to kind of like pay attention to what's happening here. All right, yeah, see? So you had Malgus, so you could have right from the beginning gone Malgus. Your Inquisitors lost. That sucks. That sucks. I wonder what you did. Ahsoka Tano first. Ahsoka Tano died first. Ahsoka Tano died first. Ahsoka Tano died first. So first of all, what? Second of all, what? So usually I go in with Grand Inquisitor, ability block, then you put torture on General Kenobi, you burn him down, you kill him. If anyone, maybe she got cleansed in Death Mark or something. This is a gnarly, this is an absolute gnarly level 6. And maybe you don't have all the Omicrons on Third Sister or something. I don't know. But Padme does make this counter a little more iffy because of all the assists. But it's like usually it's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Especially in Grand Arena. But yeah, that's unfortunate. I think probably Death Mark is what happened there. I don't know. Okay, so messy JML. D against Gas. So you could have done that first, save 2 teams. This is good. This is good right here. You don't have Imperial Remnants, so okay. JMK against Keller and Beck. I feel like, so you could have gone, if this would have went better first, or if this would have worked, then you could have saved this or Keller and Beck, and then you could have saved JMK for something else. Honestly, to be completely honest with you, I probably would have mirrored JMK against this team, and then you could have used Inquisitors against this team. So I think it's your choices. Honestly, it's your choices. It's not, a lot of this stuff is, you probably run out of teams or Steam or whatever. Maybe you lost on ships, but you're not going against the right counters. Like mirror JMK, just mirror it. It's so easy. Yeah, see Gas. Yeah, Malgus, Third Sister. So this, I don't know what you used before. Let's see. You could use Seer against that. What did you? Oh yeah, Malgus, Third Sister. Yeah. So there's perfectly good counters here that I don't know what's going on in your mind, but you have all the tools to do this, and I think you go with counters that aren't going to work or are really risky, and you lose. And I don't know if you know why, to be completely honest. Huh. Usually this is really clean because you go in, kill Radis. Like this kills Radis right away, and then it's just downhill from there. I guess you probably got some exposes, and then they just popped them, killed a few of your guys, and called it a day. I don't know what happened here, but this is a high win rate, pretty high, and there's always like a chance you lose, but it's pretty surprising that you only got the B2 Extinction Bomber down. And this has like a really high win rating, like 80% or something, so. Alright, so if you're going to go the Negotiator here, you got to get Plo Koon's relics up. Get them to like R7 6.mods. R8 would be better if you have like all R9s on the Executors, but R7 should be fine. And then you put the taunt, like Plo Koon will go first, he puts the taunt on Marauder, and then you go to town. So it seems like, yeah, because this isn't the counter. This isn't it. Even it's a weak Houndstooth, you probably could have like finalized this. Honestly, I would have negotiated it, but I would probably have the Plo Koon there. I don't know. Maybe I think I probably would have like finalized this just because it's the Houndstooth starting. And you couldn't finish off this. Interesting. So you ran out of teams. So fleets. Fleets is your downfall. I'll say this. You gotta learn fleets. You gotta learn fleets. You gotta learn counters. And this is 100%. I think, I don't know if here, let's read what you said. Because I remember you said that you were having issues with it. But I don't know if it was because of, like, you just didn't play it as much or something. I don't know. You didn't really engage in it or what's going on. But I think 100% this is ability. Like, absolutely ability. You should, with what you have in your account, be doing much better than this. And it's almost like, I don't, like some of these things, it's like you're going off of, I don't know, really old data or really old counters, and you just don't really understand. Loss. Pocahontas took you to task. That's rough. That sucks. 27 seconds, huh? Interesting. Interesting. I wonder what happened there. Every time I took Bane against the Zori team, it was like drained them, did the swipe, and then they're all dead. I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, and then you really should learn this counter. I think you're probably doing something wrong. If you lost twice in a row with the Chimera versus Leviathan, I think you just don't understand the counter. So you should probably like work on that. Yeah. And then your opponent just like cleanly beat you. All right. So looking at this, I think it's just how you choose your counters, your lack of, yeah, stop. This was never gonna work with stop cron. So it's like you don't pay attention. You're just like, Wampa, I use General Grievous. That's what I do. And you don't pay attention to datacrons, you don't pay attention to like what's actually working and what's not working. So it's not everything where you are in the game isn't as cookie cutter as that. You can't just like, man, this is rough. This is a strong team, but that sucks. Losing with Leia. Ezra Bridger, come on, dude. You have something better than Ezra Bridger here. Old Ben. Like, this is a strong team, and you took a really weak Leia. So, you know, it's like, I really don't understand your decision-making ability. Like, CLS had 0 shot of beating this. Like, 0. Negative shots. Yeah, I don't understand what you're doing here, dude. So, I'll say this. 100%. You have to learn counters, you have to learn kits, you have to like build your account itself. Fantastic mods, fantastic characters, like everything you have. There's nothing wrong. It looks like you engage in datacrons, you have datacrons, but you're just this isn't the right datacron either. So yeah, it's just overall, it looks like you're trying your best, but you're not. It's your decision making, your ability, it's your counters, it's your knowledge of the game, probably in fights. I don't know if you do this, and only you can tell when you're doing these fights. Do you know like what all the abilities are? Do you know what everything does? Do you understand all the different debuffs and buffs? Do you understand the counters? Do you understand why counters work? Do you understand what datacrons you're looking for? What datacrons your enemy has? Do you understand all these things? And if you don't, like, you should read them, understand them. If because what kills me is when I play the game, right, and I just like don't understand something. Like when I literally don't understand it, it like it's something I just can't do. And that's why I learn these counters. I read the kits. I try to watch other people. I watch other videos. I watch content creators. I try to have as much knowledge as possible, because you only have 5 minutes, and in the game you can't like research everything. You have to play off the fly, off your gut, off your knowledge, and you just can't look and see like, oh, you know, I use Bane against this, I use, you know, this against that, and I use that against this, and not understand like why the kit works, or why that counter works, or why, and more importantly, datacrons and some team compositions won't work. Because I can tell you right here, there's a lot of matches I saw that 100% it just wasn't going to happen. And then your fleets, you're just not performing in fleets. And a lot of people don't like fleets because they just don't know what to do. They don't want to read kits. They don't understand kits. And they just kind of like, just kind of play it off the cuff, and then they lose and they're like, this sucks. So my advice to you is like, start engaging more, watch content creators, read the kits, start understanding more. And if there's something that you don't understand, then look into it, research it, ask someone, do something about it, so that you can become a better player overall. And if you continue to build your knowledge, because you've been playing this game for so long, like 6-7 years, and if you continue to like play for this long and try to improve, and then you continue to engage with it, then you're going to do better overall as a player, and you'll continue to grow. But if you try to go off of like, oh, this is what worked forever ago, and that's what I always do, and then sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and you don't understand the why or the ifs or anything like that, then you're never going to improve, and you're always going to be this, you're always going to be facing lower GP opponents, and you're going to find yourself losing against them. So if that's what you want to do, then continue the pathway. But I think you came here today because you maybe didn't understand what was happening or why it was happening. But that's the biggest problem here that I see. Like, you have like you have the ability, you have the characters, you have everything. Like, you have almost everything in the game. Not like completely. There's some holes in your account. So it's not like you have a 13 or 14 million account, but you could engage more, learn more. Because if I had this account, oh man, like with your characters, with your GP, with what you have, man, I would absolutely destroy. So, long story short, just being more involved, learn everything, and then continue to learn. Be a lifelong learner in this game, and then you'll be all right. But if you like this content, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe on your way out, and then I'll see you next time, everyone. Take care.